Hello students, this is Pranav. I'm your Western music teacher, and today we'll be continuing from where we left off in our previous lesson. And if you guys remember what we did in our previous lesson, so what we did was we practiced some alternate picking. Now what I told you guys to practice was just hold your pick like this, and if you don't remember how to hold the pick like this, you just have to fold your index finger, place your thumb over it, and you just have to slip your pick in between. And I told you guys to practice the alternate picking first by muting the strings with a fretting hand, and just alternate pick across the 6th and the 5th string. Now alternate picking means downstroke and upstroke in an alternate manner. So what does this mean is down, up, then down, up, down, up. So I told you guys to practice along with the metronome, so you can set it up at a tempo which you guys are comfortable with. So like if the metronome is being played 1, 2, 3, 4, then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So this is what I told you guys to practice. Then also I introduced the fretting hand, and I also told you guys to practice the alternate picking by placing your fingers on the 1st and the 2nd fret of the E string and the 1st and the 2nd fret of the A string. So what I told you guys to practice was open 1, 2 on the 6th string and open 1, 2 on the 5th string. So if you practice it correctly, it should sound like this: down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's open 1, 2, 1, open 1, 2, 1. Now open string means that you are not fretting any note on any of the frets. They are being played on the open position. So this is what we practiced yesterday. Today we'll be looking at chords. We'll be starting how to play our first open chord. So there is a system that is followed in the Western music system that is known as the caged system. C-A-G-E-D. So what is this? I'll explain it to you. So this is your C in the open position. This is your A. This is your G. If you guys can see it properly, this is how it looks. This is E, and this is D. So through our course of learning, we'll be covering all these open chords. We'll be trying to learn how to play them properly, how to play them in the most efficient manner. So the first chord that we'll be picking for today's lesson is the A chord. So this is the A chord that we'll be learning how to play in today's lesson. So how to play the A chord? Okay, so first of all, in this A chord, the only fret that is being utilized here is the 2nd fret. So you have to place all of your fingers on the 2nd fret first of all. Then your index finger goes on the D string, your middle finger goes on the G string, and your ring finger goes on the B string. So from D, if I bring it closer to you so you guys can see it properly, D, G and B, D, G and B. These strings on the 2nd fret. So this becomes your A chord. It looks something like this. Now I told you guys to hold the neck in this manner, as this makes it easier for you guys to avoid any unwanted string muting and anything like that, as it gives you enough headroom for the strings to vibrate. So you guys can see it over here. Now what you guys have to do is you guys have to practice this A chord first by holding it, and just keep on holding it for like 5 to 10 minutes and develop some stamina in your fingers, because initially your fingers are going to hurt big time, because your fingertips are very soft and they are not used to they are not used to experience this amount of pressure and pain. So initially they'll hurt, but over a period of time, after constant practice, you will stop feeling any amount of pain, and they will become hard because calluses will develop on the tips of these fingers, and it will stop hurting. Trust me for that. Now what you have to do is you just have to hold the chord, and you have to check it by yourself whether you are holding it properly or not. And how to do that? Just pick the A string, open A string like that, then just pick the next string which is laid down across to it, which is the D string, then pick the G string, then pick the B string. They should all sound clearly without anything like that, or any unclear sound, or any unwanted and irritating sound. So if they are sounding like this, then you're holding it correctly. Now first you have to practice holding the chord, then you have to practice strumming the chord. So how you are going to do it? Just hold the pick like you were holding when you were practicing alternate picking. Hold the pick like this, and just set up your metronome at the tempo that you guys are comfortable with, and just start strumming it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose if the tempo is going like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you guys will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You do not have to hit the strings too hard so that the strings will vibrate and it will give you a very, very horrible sound. So just plug them nice and gently, strum them nice and gently. Don't put too much amount of pressure. Don't pick so lightly that it becomes inaudible, but don't hit too hard. Okay. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the exercise that you have to practice, and if you guys have any doubts, you can just post your comments into the comment section. You can just write them down in the comment section, and if you guys have any query, you can just do the same. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy your learning days while you guys can, and happy learning.